What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. Hopefully everybody's having a good one today. It is an absolutely beautiful Saturday here in Michigan. I'm about to head up to Houghton Lake for a wrestling show, IWE Imperial Wrestling Entertainment's 10-year anniversary show. I have a singles match against Jeremiah J. Hughes, and I have plans to whoop his ass. So if you're anywhere in that area, doors open at 6:30. Bell's at 7 o'clock, so this video is going to come out around noon. Like I said, if you're in the area, plenty of time to come watch your boy do his thing. More information on the Facebook page, Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. But with that being said, let's hop into the video. You can see we have a review today. This was a suggestion from a subscriber in the comment section of the 10 4Ks you should own that came out about 2 weeks ago. Papmaster 8874 suggested when I was talking about Killer Mom movies for Mother's Day, he told me I need to watch Serial Mom. So I ended up picking this up right after. And, you know, some other people mentioned that I need to really check this movie out. And I've never seen this before. And it's a, Scream Factory release. You know, I'm pretty big on Scream Factory. Not so much in the last couple of years. They've been dropping the ball a bit, but that's another story. So this is one I've always been kind of interested in picking up. I think maybe the fact that it's a John Waters movie kind of kept me away, because what are some of his movies like? What was that one that was really nasty where the lady eats the dog shit at the end? I can't remember. Like Hairspray. I like Crybaby, but I think some of his movies kind of like don't work for me because they give me kind of a Tim Burton vibe sometimes. Like, I don't know. It's just a strange kind of way of making movies, to me at least. Like, it's kind of like the Adult Swim kind of weird aesthetic in a strange way. I can't really explain it, but I mean, if you understand, you know what I'm talking about, I guess. But anyways, on to this movie. Pretty much this follows Kathleen Turner, who plays this, like, suburban mom with this perfect family and just, raising them not to curse, everything proper, just like, like a Leave It to Beaver kind of, like, 60s kind of happy family, 1994 movie, by the way, but that's just kind of the vibes I got. And it starts to unravel that she's got, like, not a dark side, but like she's pranking this neighbor next door and everything, so she's not so perfect, like when the husband goes to work and the kids go to school, she's got like some time on her hands to be a little mischievous and whatnot. And it turns into a part where she's got like these little tics and things that annoy her, which I can definitely relate to, that make her kind of go over the edge and end up killing somebody, which end up killing her son's teacher is the first thing when he's like real into horror movies. And and the teacher says like he needs therapy, and she ends up running him over, and she gets like this taste for blood. And then this movie pretty much follows it from there, where it's like the cops are kind of onto her and she's covering up her tracks and she keeps getting the thirst to kill more. And then her whole family, the town, everybody starts suspecting her and everything. But I think what's really fun about that is like when she gets this thirst for blood, she's not like an intense killer like you would have in like a horror movie or whatever. She's just still the most casual woman there is. Just when something kind of like grinds her gears a little bit, she's got to get revenge in the way she's learned how, and doing it in lots of very fun ways, housewife kind of ways, like killing a woman with like a lamb chop, like a lamb or something, like the knitting scissors and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of the synopsis, I guess, what goes down in this movie, which I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, you already know that. But with all that being said, I'm going to say Papmaster, everybody else has suggested this, you guys never do me wrong. I love this movie. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I was loving this. I watched this before work a couple days ago. I had so much fun with this. If anybody else has more suggestions, feel free to send them my way. I'll definitely be happy to check them out. But this movie was just so much fun. The thing that stands out for me, obviously there's this real dry humor in this movie, almost like a satire of other films, which made this a lot of fun. But for me, it's the characters. Kathleen Turner, I'm not too familiar with a lot of her work, to be honest. I haven't seen a lot of her movies, but apparently like a legend in the film industry and whatever. And I don't think any other woman could have played this role any better. Just like how she plays it straight. Like, I was always taught that in wrestling. Like, if you're going to make an ass of yourself and be like a villain, just play it straight and believe in what you're doing, no matter how hokey it is. And that's what she does in this. Just like, I loved her performance. And then the husband, which I'm not familiar with his stuff either, Sam Waterston, he's like the perfect casted like father. He's the dentist in the family and everything. But I loved the brother and sister, the kids. This is Matthew Lillard's second role ever. I looked it up. And then Ricky Lake plays the sister. And they are just so perfect together, like his brother and sister. They actually kind of reminded me of me and my sister when we were younger and everything. But this was a lot of fun right here. And just the whole cast of characters, like, she's got a couple friends, the mom, that are just like perfectly casted like annoying women. Like the one woman like comes like walks right into her damn house, which I was surprised by, like looking for like to bring over like some food or whatever. And this is when the mom, Kathleen Turner's showing that she was the one like prank phone calling this neighbor, because like her neighbor's getting threats and everything. They show in like the first 5-10 minutes. The cops come and ask her about it, and there's like this nasty note she sent him, like, "Oh, I would never say that word, let alone, write it down." And then when the whole family leaves, she's making the prank phone calls, like, "What's up, bitch?" and all this stuff. And the lady's just like a nervous wreck. And she says, "Oh, do you live on this street?" I love when she goes, "Let me check your area code. Is it 212? Fuck you." I was rolling at that point. She even like calls her back and plays it straight, like, "Oh, this is the phone company. We're just making sure everything's okay." And then she flips it right on her again. But those characters were great. Even the dickhead boyfriend of Ricky Lake that's not in there long, he gets killed, and you want him to get killed because he dumps Ricky Lake when and goes to a swap meet with a different girl and gets killed with like the fire poker or whatever in the bathroom. Which another funny scene of like the liver, the insides getting stuck on the poker, and she's got to like rip it off and everything. I really like Matthew Lillard's character. He works at a video store and everything, and he's just got this warped mind, which his mom doesn't really like too much, even though when she kicks all the friends out of his room upstairs, she like wants to watch like some of these gory scenes. So I guess there is like elements that she is like a psychopath and everything. And yeah, she's pretty much going on a killing spree, kills a good half a dozen people in all pretty funny and creative ways. Not the goriest movie, but it's not supposed to be. This is just a fun movie. Another fun thing, like, you ever just watch a movie and you might see like an actor, actress that's like not been in a lot of stuff. You just point it out, like Leonardo DiCaprio in that meme. I'm like, that's Charles Barkley. Andy Barkley. Yeah, it was Charles Barkley was in this movie. But the kid that played Andy Barkley in part 3 was one of the friends in this movie. He has a pretty funny scene where he's watching a raunchy movie at one point, but his parents get killed, so he's kind of like, he witnesses it, and he's running from the serial mom. And they have this really awesome scene where they enter a punk show, the L7s, which is cool to see them in this movie. L7s, I believe, right? The punk band. And she chases Charles Barkley, Andy Barkley, on stage, and she ends up like setting his ass on fire and everything. And one of the punk girls like takes a swig of liquor and spits it on him, brings the flame up more. And this is when she's kind of like on the chase. Everybody finally figured out she's a serial mom, but she hasn't gone to court yet. So like, it's a funny scene when she's trying to get into the concert, and they're like, "You gotta pay. Wait a second, you're serial mom? Go right ahead." And I love like how they depict like the punk rockers just love serial killers. They're chanting serial mom, serial mom. And she did something Chucky couldn't do. Charles Lee Ray, he could not kill Andy Barkley, and she did it in this movie. So that was kind of fun. And sorry if I'm all over the place with this. That's how my reviews tend to go. I'm just kind of ripping it. But my one critique of this movie would be the third act, because it's all a court scene. Though it's very, very entertaining, I think it went a little long and kind of slowed the movie down. But in retrospect, after sitting on it, like, I'm not mad about it. It's just one critique I have, which that's really funny too. She's got her lawyer defending her, and she sees a woman wearing white shoes after Labor Day, and she's like, she writes it down, and the lawyer's defending her. And when he reads it, she says, "She's wearing white shoes on Labor Day." He goes, "She's insane." He's like, who would be that petty and bring that up? But she ends up defending herself, and in the funnest wraparound way, using like, the oath in court and everything. She wraps it around on so many people that were the witnesses, to kind of make herself look a little innocent. Like the stoner, like the seen her run the teacher over, like, "I said the car was blue. It was blue. She wasn't blue." That actor was pretty funny. Or the cop, she finds in his trash a magazine, Chicks with Dicks. He lied under oath and everything. Just some weird stuff. Like the guy in the stall by the glory hole that comes in, she starts like fanning her legs by him while he's on the stand. I don't quite get what was going on. So it's John Waters. A lot of his movies are very out there and dirty and weird, and this was no different. A lot more tame than some of his other movies. And Pink Flamingo was the movie I was thinking about earlier, by the way. It just popped in my head. But she ends up, spoiler alert, this movie's 30 years old, which I've realized I don't consider a movie 30 years old. But she ends up getting off free and ends up killing the woman in the phone booth or whatever with the white shoes anyways, fashion has changed, dear. Didn't your mother teach you better? She kills her. I think she ends up admitting to it. They don't say if she gets put in jail again. That's another fun touch in the beginning, too. They say everything is based off a true story, which I'm sure, something like this has obviously happened before. A mother just starts killing people, but this was so much fun. It's kind of a scenario where the setting, the way they shot it, and the jokes, kind of in a weird kind of style that I don't normally care for, worked for me in this one. And I really enjoyed it. This is just a fun ride here. And I think the characters absolutely made it. Kathleen Turner rules in this movie. She absolutely destroyed it. She's the one who made this film for me. And this was just a lot of fun. Yeah, not many complaints. I'm just very happy you guys suggested this to me. I wish I would have watched it on Mother's Day. This is one I feel like it's tame enough that I could show my own mother. I've been getting her into some horror movies and stuff lately. I've been loaning her some of my movies. I got her to watch Silver Bullet and The Lost Boys and some stuff like that. But summer of 1984, some easier horror flicks and whatnot. But other than that, I love this movie, guys. Thanks for the suggestion. If you got any more, leave them in the comment section. I'm happy to watch whatever you guys suggest for me to check out if you think I'd like it. Other than that, if you guys want to make it up to IWE, like I said, check out the page on Facebook, Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. Show starts at 7 o'clock. Other than that, hopefully everybody has a good one. Blood, Gut, Score. I'll check you guys next time.